radio. Shout it.
When your mama passed, man, that's one of those blows that take a lot of people out. How did that impact you, and what was it like trying to find what the meaning of life after mama left?
So my mama died from cancer, ovarian cancer. So I had to watch her suffer and die. You feel me?
My God.
So, and I had to watch her deteriorate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it was a different experience. Me having to fund it, me having to watch her. She's 200 and something pounds, almost 300 pounds to 100 pounds. You feel where I'm coming from? So, and then they giving her 4 months to live, and she ended up living 2 years. But my mom said certain stuff that stuck with me about, and that opened my eyes and took me on my journey as far as even with the food. And she went to holistic, and she was telling me live food, live body, dead food, dead body, and had me learning about Dr. Savy and what I'm saying, different things like that get me on a different path of how the government and society is really controlling us. And so I'm going through all these different things mentally and looking at it like life can't be like this for real. You feel where I'm coming from? So it was just a journey and experience that I think a lot of people go through at a certain point in their life, if they get to make it to a certain point in their life, where they realize what's really going on, the truth of what's really going on. And then I started doing a lot of truth seeking, like biblical verses. Like I said, confusion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a confused state. Christianity, Muslim, this, it's like you just doing all that stuff. So you trying to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to a point where I really realized who I was and what I wanted out of my life, and I'm cool with me.
Exactly.
You know where I'm coming from? The
Light's Global. Break down that to me.
Like I said, at that time I went through a little spiritual journey, and I was kind of like still in a depressed state. And my boy Miguel, I had gave up on the music really completely.
What?
That's how it show you what your destiny is. I had really gave up completely. I sold my studio. I was just like, I do some consulting here and there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a father, a family man. I said, maybe this ain't meant for me.
My God.
You know where I'm coming from? And my boy Miguel hit me up and said, hey, I want you to manage this artist, because I had done plugged him. I had done linked him before I decided I didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I had and they end up getting in a situation with this cat off of my plug that I plugged them with. They end up getting $1 million deal, which they shouldn't have probably even got. You feel where I'm coming from? And they wouldn't have got if it wasn't for me plugging them with my relationships.
Facts.
And he hit Dooney up, and he was like, hey man, we gotta find a way to make Boom a part of this. That's my guy. He plugged us in. We wouldn't have had this situation if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
We gotta find a way to pull him in. So he called me, he asked me to manage the kid who they got the deal for. I really didn't want to manage. He was like, well, just be our partner, be one of our partners. And he said, I'm gonna fly you out to New York. So he flew me out to New York. And then he was like, we went out there and we started running through labels together. And I was just like, it kind of came back to me. You know where I'm coming from? Then after that, we went to LA and started running through labels.
Thanks.
My joy started coming back. You feel me? My joy started coming back for the music. And I was just like, it's ironic. The time I wanted to throw in the towel, God said, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This ain't it. Let me pull you back in and let you see, like, this is your calling. This is what I need for you to do. And so, we started doing some amazing stuff. I signed DJ Telly Tales with the Fuck It Up. Fuck It Up. I signed the Twins with High Spot with that Me and My Friends.
Yeah.
I managed Zay and Zayon with the Juju on the beat, running around with them, breaking that record, you know what I'm saying, which went triple platinum.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, my last thing was I went into Warner, like we want $10 million to get the deal at Warner, which ended up being like I think $5 million.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, this is how we need to sign Lil Pump. And then once that happened, once we got the deal, they started being a little funny with the money. And I said, I haven't been down this road. Y'all chasing a bag. Like this, like I ain't doing this just for no money.
Exactly.
Like we need money, but it's like I don't want to bump heads and have turmoil
about
money.
About money.
When
it ain't that serious.
we gonna make 10 times this if we stick
Exactly.
together and work together. So I decided to walk away, and that's when I started Authentic Empire.
So now, Authentic Empire. last time we talked, you said this was a vision that you had been working on for years, Boom. What did that vision start out looking like?
Well, I think the Empire came about when I left Lights Global and I linked up with my partner DJ, my childhood friend. His name is Dred Dro.
Yeah.
And he came to me because he wanted to be an artist. And I tried to use Lights Global services to help him. Yeah. But it didn't go right.
Okay.
So he lost his money.
Damn.
So I said, my face card on this, my partner. I'm like,
exactly.
That don't sit right in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to think I was a part of jigging. So let's do this. Let me help you make some money. Yeah. Let's start a label. You know what I'm saying? Together. We rock. We've been rocking. I said I want you to be a part of it. I got another guy who wants to invest. Whose name was Cash. Yeah. Who had car lots and stuff like that.
Facts.
And I was like, this is an opportunity for us to make some money. And I want you to be a part of it. And he was like, bet, I'm with you. And I said, we just need to figure out a name. He said, well, I already started this company called Authentic Empire. I said, that's it. That's perfect. Let's run with that.
Yeah.
You know where I'm coming from? I said, I found this 6'6" white kid named Noah Sharp.
I recall. Yeah.
That I wanted, you know what I'm saying, that I think we should get behind and start the label with. And it was born right then and there. And how that came about was I started pushing him. He sounded like Drake, rapped like Kendrick, crazy, 6'6" white kid, dorky, but you would never expect him to spit like that. So I grew him like from 400 followers to like 230,000 followers in like 3 months, and everybody was at me trying to sign him. End up doing a situation with Jeezy that didn't really go that well, but from that, the song that we was pushing, the Wavy record, Euro produced it and he featured on it.
Ooh.
And so when that happened, I was like, I need another artist. Yeah. And I was like, Euro is crazy.
Come on.
And I was like, he was a free agent.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I could do the same thing with you, even better. You know what I'm saying? And so we put Lil Baby on the record, we put Gunna on the record, put Pablo on, list goes on, and that's how we really started popping off. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
so now you got the movement going again. What was your next move after you got Euro on deck?
I started wanting to build a brand because I didn't want to, for me, it was never about one artist. So I wanted to get multiple artists, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to create, like I said, my vision, when you go back to what you're saying, my vision for, I've been doing consulting and trying to do stuff for artists since 2012.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was more so like, how can I fulfill my purpose? You know what I'm saying? And use this platform to help other independent artists. And with the internet and everything like that, I started doing showcases. But when I was doing the showcase, I would really give people single deals and record deals and live reviews. I started giving away money. And so essentially what happened in my partner Energy, he linked back up with me. He used to be my manager when I was an artist. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he been studying e-commerce, he got the money, and we clicked because this thing he was talking about with the money, I got it because I had already been studying that way.
Yeah.
And so I just was eliminating fear of debt. And before you know it, man, if you only knew in 2019 what I had to do, I'm running in and out of banks every day, 4 banks a day, moving money around. I'm giving y'all some real secrets and some real game right now. Yeah. I learned the account receivable game. So anybody listening to this interview, they want to know about how I got here. I learned what account receivables is. This is free game.
So now, instead of going to Magic City, what did you do next?
I went to Magic City. I'm from Atlanta. I told you I don't want to be the millionaire next door. I'm gonna live. I'm at the Flame. I'm at the Magic Titty. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the Scrokers.
Oh my God!
Come on, for
so
real.
Then talk to me about that. Then when you had to make it rain a little bit.
Man, you shoot. It's a part of the game, man. Make it rain. You talk to the girl like, hey, look, I can show you how to turn this cash. You know what I'm saying? Into something else. So it's really about networking. Hey man, it's the game. But I'm going to live, bro. I'm not trying to see. I think people, they try to box you in. You know what I'm saying? All these sayings, to me, they broke nigga sayings. You get where I'm coming from? The loudest person in the room is the brokest person in the room. I'm like, the loudest person in the room is the loudest person in the room.
Exactly.
That nigga just loud. Do you think Floyd Mayweather is the brokest person in the room?
At all.
But he loud as hell with all the diamonds
motherfucker.
On. Exactly. That don't make it right. Where do we get this from?
Exactly.
You
But see, you know what? what I realized is, and see, it's about to get real deep in here, Boom, because you done drug me over here. I was trying not to go there, but we have to unlearn all of the stuff that we were taught from a child.
Yeah.
Like what they say with humility. Yeah. Humility will keep your ass poor as hell.
Yeah.
You got to be able to stand up and be in the front and take what's yours.
I think it's levels to it.
Talk to me.
In certain situations, a level of humility is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know your opponent. You have to know the person you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Like if you come off on me crazy, I'm not gonna want to deal with you. If you're an artist and you popping your shit and you hard, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm with you. You feeling yourself. I feel it too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who you did. If you talking to the police, you popping your shit. It's a time to be humble, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Be quiet. I don't even speak. You feel me? Like that, because that get us in so much trouble because we don't know how to turn it off and on.
And I believe, and I agree with you say right there with turning it off and on, but I'm talking about it needs to be on when you're going after your damn dreams.
Oh, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I think a lot of times folks make themselves feel so small that they never get a chance to experience being big because they've been putting themselves down, and then before you know it, your subconscious is saying you ain't shit either.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. You got to know yourself. You have to build your own confidence and put the people around you that help you build your confidence. You feel
Talk to me about building these teams though, Boom. What was it that you looked for in the people that you decided to work with that allowed you to have these empires go crazy?
Well, a lot of people that I work with, you have to be able to, like, starting from where I come from, I have a lot of people that I've been with for a long time that I could trust.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's kind of hard to build anything without trust.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to find, even in relationships, bro, like, if it ain't no trust, we ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like what we building on rocky ground. It's gonna fall. You feel me? But if I can learn to trust, you know, you got all these street sayings, trust nobody. I don't trust God. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got to trust some damn body.
You got to have a certain level of trust with certain people that you're dealing with, or you have to trust the system that you put in place.
Come on now.
You feel where I'm coming from? So. You have to trust your process. My phone going berserk right now. I don't know what's going on.
Do you need to get it, nigga?
Nah.
Okay.
We good. I'm gonna finish up and then tend to it.
Okay.
But you just have to trust your process, trust the system around you, understand that people are people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that people are gonna go sideways. They're gonna do wrong. They're gonna steal. But you have to understand why.
Yeah.
And when you understand why, it's like, so for me, I create a system, right? I create a system where people have to grow around me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not growing around me, I have to get you away from me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, even my assistant, I told her, I said, man, you got 2 years with me. If you ain't doing something bigger in 2 years, you're getting fired.
Come on now.
You get where I'm coming from?
I'm with you.
You're not gonna be my assistant.
Come on.
Forever. You feel where I'm coming from?
Come on.
So, because what I learned is when a person feel like they can't grow, they're gonna either steal from you or be your competition.
Come on.
You feel where I'm coming from?
I'm with you.
So you have to create avenues where people can grow.
Facts.
And so like that's a part of the process. It's not the fact that I'm looking for a person to be loyal. Because I understand people are loyal to their situations, to their dollar, to their family, what they got going on. They're not gonna necessarily be loyal to me. You feel me? But if I provide a system and a situation to where they could benefit, like it's like, shoot, if you know, hey man, I'm putting you in this $1 million crib, and if you cross me over, you could lose this and go to nothing. It's like, let me do right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm living this type of lifestyle, let me do right by this nigga, especially if I know I can't do it on my own.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So when you in a situation where you able to be around bigger things and do bigger stuff and live a certain lifestyle and no worry, no stress, no pressure, you able to make good money doing stuff you love, people, and able to grow in it, people tend to stick around and do right by you. You're going to have a few that ain't, though. So, you know, you just got to be prepared for that.